Hello chatterbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my Friday evening, my Saturday and my Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely weekend. On my Friday evening after work I went off to Greg's and got myself some lunch. I then went off to one of the flower shops. I got some flower sets in there that I'm going to show you guys now. I love the flower shops so much. I love flower photography, all the lovely coloured flowers, and I was just having a nice chat with the flower shop keepers in there. I also got some snaps of some of the plants that I'm going to show you guys now. I love plant photography so much. The patterns on the leaves. I then went off and had a look around the child shops, and then I went into one of the other flower shops and I got some flower sets in there that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful flowers. They had gotten a load of new flowers in, so I was getting these lovely flower sets from there, and I was just chatting with the flower shop keepers there, and one of them who works there I went to school with, so we have a nice catch up. I then made my way home. I was playing on Pokemon Go on the way home. I then got back, got changed out my work uniform and put that away. I then had my Greg's lunch, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so good, can't beat a Greg's. And my younger sister was down Thursday till Saturday, and then went back on Sunday morning, and it was lovely having her down. And I got my mum, my dad and myself and my younger sister some yum yums from there. So I had my sandwich and a yum yum and a cup of tea, and then I was just watching a bit of TV. I watched Home Away, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, wrote a bit of my journal, sorted out my picture doll, and my older brother and younger brother and our family friend had gone off to play a rugby game, and my dad had gone to watch, and my mum and myself and my younger sister were just watching a bit of TV. And then in the evening, me and my younger sister went off to the pub to meet one of our ex-colleagues and had some drinks, and then went off to my workplace and had some more drinks there. And then I got myself some cheesy chips afterwards and got back, had my cheesy chips, and my older brother was back from being at the rugby game, and his girlfriend was down for the weekend and she'd gone and watched. And then my dad was back from being out and he'd picked us up and dropped us back, and I then watched the UK soaps and finished writing my journal, had some cereal, and then I was just watching Love Island and listening to a bit of music, and then I went off to bed. And on my Saturday I didn't have to work shift until the evening, so I was doing 6 till 10, so I had a nice line. I then got up and had some breakfast, had some toast and a cup of tea, and was just watching a bit of TV, a bit of Ginny and Georgia, which I'm obsessed with, and was just listening to a bit of music. My mum was asleep, dad was sorting stuff around the house, my older brother and his girlfriend were up in my older brother's bedroom just watching a bit of TV, and younger sister was still asleep, older sister at hers and younger brother at his. And I then was just doing a bit of writing, a bit of colouring in, working on some illustrations, and then my older brother and his girlfriend and our family friend went off in one car to go off to the alpaca farm with my older sister, and then my younger brother and his girlfriend met us there, and then me and my younger sister and her boyfriend went off in my younger sister's boyfriend's car, and my older brother and his girlfriend went off. They met us from there, and we got there and had a look around, seeing all the little cute alpacas, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. They are so cute. One of them had a little heart shape on its nose, which is adorable, and our family friend was there, and another one of our family friends came, and she had a little 8-week-old baby, and she's just the cutest baby ever. She's so aware of her surroundings, and she's chatting away, laughing and smiling, and it's just so cute. Closest I'm gonna get to be an uncle so far. She's my family friend, but she's basically like another sister of mine. And yeah, it was just so lovely to see her. And we had some food in the cafe. I just had a cup of tea and a tea cake, and they were taking the piss out of my cut off my tea because I like it very milky. And I was like, I'm the one that's going to drink it, so leave me alone, leave me and my tea alone. And then one of our family friends who I used to work with, she's so lovely, she had to go off, she had some stuff to do, and then we made our way back, and my mum and dad have both gone back to bed because my mum's not been sleeping very well because she's got this like rash thing at the moment, which we're hoping to get sorted out, so it's been keeping her up at the moment, which is not good. And my dad had been sort of stuff on the house, so he was pretty knackered, and we didn't have any keys, so we were like, oh great. And luckily my older sister had her rucksack in our family friend's car because I came back with him and my older brother and his girlfriend, and luckily she had a house key, so we were able to let ourselves in. And then my mum and dad got up, and our family friend and her baby came over, and my mum and dad got to meet her and hold her. And my dad is so good with babies, same brain enough I think, and she absolutely loved my dad, and she was giggling and chatting away to him, and it's just so cute. And my dad was like to my sisters, when are you two going to give me grandkids, because he's desperate to be a granddad. And yeah, it was just a really lovely day seeing our family friend and meeting her baby. It was just the cutest baby ever. And then they went off, and I had a cheese toastie and a cup of tea for my lunch, and then I went off for a little stroll, and I went off to one of the flower shops, and I got some more flower sets that I'm going to show you guys now. I just love flower photography, and they're just such lovely colours in there, and also got some snaps of some of the plants from there that I'm going to show you guys now. I love it in that flower shop. The flower shop keepers are so lovely, and I've been in there the other day, and I was telling them about how I was going to the alpaca farm, and so I was telling them all about that and showed them a photo of me holding my family friend's baby, and just had such a lovely time seeing them. And we got a group photo while at the alpaca farm of all of us. My younger brother's girlfriend was actually trying to get a photo of the church. We thought he was trying to get a group photo, so he was like, I'll get that photo, and then he did get a photo of the church as well, because he does photography like myself. And so yeah, it was a really cute photo. And then I made my way back, and I got back, and I was just watching a bit of Netflix, listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing and colouring in, and then I got myself ready for work, doing 6 till 10, and my older brother, sister, and older brother's girlfriend and our family friend had gone off to our family friend's house for a games evening, and I got dropped up to work by my dad. Got clocked in, and it was pretty quiet to start off with, and we were just getting little close jobs done, and I was then wanting some food and drinks and stuff because we had a few tables in. We then had a few bookings come in, so we had like a booking of 6, a booking of 7, so it got a bit busier. And then I had a cup of apple juice, and one of my colleagues thought it'd be funny to put some vinegar in my apple juice. So of course I took a big swig of it and was like, oh my god, is this apple juice off or something? And he then revealed that he put vinegar in it, and he was like, oh, so I better hide my Coca-Cola now in case you try and tamper with it. So you like put it higher, like up on one of the shelves, and I was like, I'm not going to do anything, don't worry. And so of course he came along later on in the shift and tried and like drank a bit of it, and he went to like drink it, and I was like making like the face at him, like winding him up, and he's like, what have you done? I was like, I haven't done anything. And then later on in the evening I put a bit of salt in there, got him back, and he came over to me an hour later and was like shaking his head, holding the glass of cola, and I was like, enjoy your drink. So yeah, two can play that game. And yeah, it was a really chilled evening. It was me, one of my supervisors, and then one of my other colleagues, and we just got loads of those sorts done. I was just putting loads of cups and plates away, polishing lots of cutlery, folding lots of napkins for when people have food, and I found it so therapeutic. And then I clocked off, I finished at 10, got my bang coat, got back, and we had takeaway for tea, and they'd ordered me a pizza, and I had a pepperoni pizza. So got back, got changed to my can't speak, got home, got into my PJs and had my pizza, and my younger sister had a salad with her chips and stuff that she'd had, and she gave me the jalapenos, and I love jalapenos, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of the pizza I had now. Pizza was so good. I definitely needed that after my shift. I was actually so hungry, my stomach was rumbling. I then watched some episodes of Doctor Who, listened to a bit of music, finished writing my journal, put that away, and then my older brother and his girlfriend were back from being at our family friend's house, so I was just chatting with them for a bit. I then had some cereal, and then was just chatting with my younger sister, and she was going home early in the morning the next day, so I just gave her a hug and said it was how lovely it was to have her down for a few days. I then went off to bed, and then on my Sunday morning I got up, and my dad had dropped my younger sister up back to Cheltenham as she had an early start to her shift. He then came back, and I got showered and changed, ready for work, had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. My mum was up and she was just watching a bit of TV. Older brother and his girlfriend were just watching TV. She then headed off back home, and it was lovely having her down for the weekend. And then my older sister was at hers, younger brother at his, and I then got dropped to work by my dad, and I was doing a 10 till 5, and it was pretty busy. We had quite a lot of food and drink tickets on, so I was just running lots of food and drinks, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders, doing some drink making and pint pulling, and yeah, I'm getting pretty confident on the bar now, which is good. And yeah, sometimes the pumps could be a bit tricky and a bit lively, so it gets a bit foamy, but yeah, it's going well. Soon I'll be on coffees and I'll be running the place. I think for now I'm just going to focus on wine making, pint pulling and soft drinks, and then slowly move on to maybe making coffees. I can do a hot chocolate, a cup of tea, but coffees I'm kind of like not at the moment, not there yet. And yeah, it was a good shift. Got to have a lunch break, and I had a beef and chili and a chai latte. I'm obsessed with chai lattes at the moment. I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. Loved having a lunch break. Of course, as soon as my backside sat down on the chair to have my lunch, it got very busy again, and there was just people everywhere, and it was just absolute carnage. Massive groups of people were coming in, so we were like struggling to sit them down. So I literally wolfed my food down, had my chai latte, literally ended up taking the rest of the chai latte behind the bar, and then just got back to work and was just sitting people down, taking orders, cleaning tables, doing food and drink orders and bill taking. And yeah, it was a little bit of a manic one, and one of our colleagues came in a bit earlier to help out as we were a little bit like from all sides. There were just people everywhere, and it slowly calmed down a bit. And then I finished at 5, clocked off, got my bang coat, and one of our colleagues had been off to Aldi to get stuff that we needed, and he also got some cookies, so I had a white chocolate cookie on my way out as I clocked off and got my bang coat. And then my dad picked me up, got back, got changed. I'm not in till Tuesday now. and then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and not until Saturday. And I was supposed to be doing a split shift Tuesday, but now one of my colleagues is going to be doing my evening shift of my split, so I'm now only doing 10 to 3. So yeah, I'm happy about that, having a bit of a chilled week, which will be good. And I have a meeting with Jigsaw, the special needs place, tomorrow, and I've got my 2 other forms of ID that I needed to complete my CRB check, and I'll be hopefully volunteering there very soon, which I'm very excited about, helping people with special needs like myself gain independence. And yeah, I cannot wait to start there. It's been a long process, but I'm finally getting it sorted out, which I'm very excited about. And my mum was at my grandparents' house, and she'd been there all afternoon, and of course didn't take her phone, so my dad was getting a bit worried. She then got back, and I then ended up having a nap. I got up when my mum had texted saying it was time for tea, and I was like, oh my god, what time is it? I was all like in like a sleep kind of haze, because of course I didn't know where I was, what time it was. And so I got up, got downstairs, and my older sister and our family friend were over, and he'd been and watched her play rugby with my older brother, and they got back, and my younger brother and his girlfriend were over as well, and my older sister won her rugby game, which I was very happy about, very proud of her. She is just such a great rugby player. Gutted that I had to miss out, but of course had to work. And then we had our Sunday roast, and we sat out in the end room with the massive dining room table that we have out there now. It was just great to have everybody sat around it, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of the Sunday roast I had now. It was so delicious. I absolutely loved it. I love a Sunday roast. The chicken was like a bit spicy, so I wasn't too sure, but mixed in with the gravy and the vegetables and stuff, it actually tasted really good. And then I had a bit of vanilla cheesecake for my pudding, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. I love cheesecake so much. After that, we then all congregated into the living room, and we were just chatting, had a cup of tea, and then my younger brother and his girlfriend went home. Older sister went home, our family friend too. Older brother went onto his Xbox. My dad went off to bed as he has work the next day, and I got my 2 forms of ID put away in my bag, ready for my meeting with Jigsaw tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. And then me and my mum were just watching a bit of Midsomer Murder. Love that show so much. And I got a photo of the sunset earlier on before I'd had my nap that I'm going to show you guys now. It's so pretty. I love all the orange in the sky. The sunset was just so pretty tonight. And I am now off to go and watch today's Dancing on Ice and Love Island. I hope you guys have all had a great weekend and all have a super duper week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.